Russell Brunson, great entrepreneur and well-known author, said, "Being healthy is the cheat code to making money." Why is it that smart women, highly successful women, still struggle with their fitness? That's what we're talking about today. You lead meetings, you manage people, you run your household, and you still question whether you're doing enough or what you're doing is right. You do not need more free advice from the internet. You need a coach, and I'm here to tell you why. High-achieving women struggle to give up the control feeling. High-achieving is a nervous system pattern. It's actually a survival pattern. It's how a lot of women achieve their sense of self-worth. When we are higher performing and we are A players in our own minds, it's hard for us to relinquish control to others in an area where we feel like, I should know this by now. Health and fitness is definitely that area for a lot of women. We feel like, I should know what I'm doing right now, or I do know what I'm doing, I'm just not doing it. Did you know that the average woman spends over 17 years of her life on a diet? And yet you're fighting for the limitation that you know what to do, you're just not doing it. You know, we have that pressure to achieve, to be the strong one internally, so it becomes more of an anxiety about failure when there's someone overseeing us, instead of a freedom of lifting that pressure off of us. So let's reframe that today. We successful women often think of ourselves as human doings, constantly going, making things happen, hyper-productive. And it's time for us to just be human beings and to enjoy our lives. This is essential for us to actually enjoy the results that we're yearning to have in our health and fitness. Can you even imagine how good it would feel to just be a human being and allow someone else to look after you and to lead you along and to mentor you? That is the cheat code to success in basically anything. As a woman in charge in any way, whether in your home or in your career, you are probably very familiar with the concept of cognitive load, your mental capacity. You can actually have cognitive fatigue. There's only so much that your brain can process, and there's only so much that your memory can access at one time. So if your cognitive load gets too high, meaning you're trying to be everything for everyone and figure out your own fitness plan and your own workout plan and what everybody's doing for their sports over the summer and what's going on the team and micromanaging everything, you're more likely to experience feelings of overwhelm, frustration, and a lot of difficulty focusing. You are not bringing your best to any one arena because you've spread your load too broadly. You don't need to be an expert in everything. Literally, no one can do that. There is a huge difference between having a qualified coach guiding you and gathering up more and more free information. You know, it's a good thing and kind of a bad thing that the internet has so much to give. I love learning. I'm constantly watching YouTube videos. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm reading. I can be a learning junkie, but I've come to recognize that you cannot binge your way to success in anything. And more information turns into a guise for procrastination. We can actually get addicted to the feeling that we're getting from learning as if it's making progress, but it's actually not making progress. In the words of Addison Bevere, who is actually not a fitness person, I was listening to his podcast related more towards families and faith. Information is only helpful if at some point you pay the price of making it your own. What he means is you pay the price for your own conviction by taking what's aspirational in someone else and making it personal in yourself. A coach helps you do that. This means you have to give up your dopamine addiction from information gathering instead of action. Addison and his wife, Julie, were talking on this podcast about stewarding money and people wrongly stewarding their time the same way they do their money. And my ears perked up. Again, unrelated to fitness, but people tend to not want to spend money on their health and fitness because they just think they can do it in their own time. It winds up taking them so much more time, so much more cognitive load, and the sooner you get the results, the longer you get to enjoy them. So this is a reframe on time that I think would benefit you in every area. Time is actually not a resource. It is a window you inhabit. You can't possess time. You can't bank your time. You can't spend your time. You can just be within your time. And how many women struggle with this? We struggle to be where our feet are. We struggle to be present because we have to be hyper-productive and on to the next thing and always either thinking about the past or the future. Inherently, you know your money is not as valuable as all that extra time you pour into something when you could have compressed it with a coach. You can always get more money. You can't always inhabit more time. We don't have that guarantee. So let's talk about what a coach gives you. Strategy, feedback in real time, accountability. They help you to implement. They help you to see your blind spots. They do help to teach you. They help you to emotionally regulate, which is so huge for any kind of health journey, because how many times are you ready to pivot, do something entirely different, or throw in the towel because of your momentary feelings? Feelings are wonderful followers, but they are notoriously terrible leaders. A coach helps you to manage everything so that fitness fits in and isn't something that turns into a part-time job for you. A great health coach will look at all of your stressors, your schedule, your environment, your body's signs and symptoms, aka biofeedback, your psychology, and figure out what's the next best thing for you. Do you just need encouragement right now, or do we need to make an adjustment to what you're doing? In my 19-year career as a fitness coach, I would say I spend far less time educating as compared to the time I spend motivating, counseling, and redirecting. A lot of the time, we think we need more information, but we actually need someone to consolidate what is already known or just give us one tiny piece of feedback. That's it. Now, there's a place for unique health protocols, supplement recommendations. There is a science and a strategy to dieting well. But for most women, it comes down to proper execution and, again, getting rid of all that excess mental load. You don't hire a coach to know more. You hire a coach to go more. And let's talk loss aversion for a second. This is such an interesting psychology phenomenon. It's when you have something at stake, so you are twice as likely to move than when you just have a desire in your heart. This is why if you are serious, if you are actually a successful woman and you deeply care about your health and optimizing your health and fitness, you have to invest. This is human nature. It's a cognitive bias where individuals perceive the loss as more important than the potential gain, meaning that the pain of losing the money because you didn't follow through is going to make you move more than the potential pleasure of achieving the goal had you just done it on your own. And I have to call out, if you are a coach, especially if you're a fitness and health coach, but if you're a coach in any arena, you are a hypocrite if you do not have a coach. Thems be fighting words, but it is true. How can you expect people to invest in themselves through you if you yourself are not sowing the same way? Coaches need coaches too. It will make you a better coach and it will make you a better person. And then your clients get those trickle down results and they benefit as well. I'm so passionate about the time collapsing that coaching does for someone because I have experienced it over and over and over in my life. Hiring a fitness coach changed the trajectory of my health, and I have hired multiple coaches in terms of my health and fitness and multiple business coaches, and I'm still being coached right now. I feel so very strongly about it. I would much rather divert funds from spending money on things like getting my nails done or my hair done or getting new clothes or going out to dinner. I like those things. They're great, but nothing compares to being directed and held accountable and called up. I want to grow. I want to be the best person I can be. And I know that I'm going to go so much farther, faster with someone else on my team. Our client, Emily, was working on losing weight for what seemed like a lifetime. Can you relate? She could not remember a time in her life when she was not trying to lose weight. Now, with 3 kids and a recent promotion in her job, Her brain could not handle any more figuring things out, and things were not really working the way they used to anymore. She had just turned 41 when she first hired us, and she's just noticing that her body was looking softer, puffier. It's not really responding very quickly to the calorie deficit that she used to count on in the past. So she came to us, and within 6 weeks of starting to work together, she told us she was sleeping so much better, deeply through the night without any interruptions. She was not hitting a wall every afternoon around 4 p.m. anymore. She finally felt food freedom and wasn't afraid of the snack food in the break room anymore. And she was already down 8 pounds. Talk about a return on investment. So what I'd like to do before wrapping up is just paraphrase to you some things that stood out to me. I'm reading a well-known entrepreneurial book, Who Not How, by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Humans have a primary motivation for self-expansion, which is the desire to enhance your own confidence. Have you ever said, I want more confidence? And your own self-efficacy, which is your ability to produce a desired result. The way to increase your potential self-expansion is by creating close relationships, which then increases your resources, your perspectives, and your identity. In the words of Dr. Benjamin Hardy, if you're focused on doing everything yourself, then you are dramatically limiting the resources you can direct towards your goals. Relationships are how you transcend your current limitations. Ultimately, anyone who becomes highly successful does so through relationships. He also noted more specifically that research clearly shows that your relationships, not your willpower, are what help you overcome something like addiction. Dan Sullivan often says that the best way to measure your progress is by noting the amount and quality of collaborations happening in your life. According to the self-expansion model of psychology, this makes absolute sense. Getting people involved in your goals is an investment, and often we lack the commitment to make that kind of investment. As Dan and Dr. Benjamin note in the book, as you get others involved, that action enhances your desire and motivation to get serious and get focused. You put yourself in a situation where you rise to a higher occasion and where you have other people committed to helping you succeed. They even used the example of fitness. For example, if you want to improve your health, you could simply get a gym membership, or you could hire a personal trainer. Yes, this will be an investment when you may not think you have the capacity to make it. However, by hiring a personal trainer, your capabilities and potential in your health and fitness will expand. You'll be able to produce better results because you'll get the coaching and support that you need. Additionally, by being invested, you'll be more motivated and focused, not semi-committed. You control your own level of commitment to your future. You control your own level of potential for expansion. The question then is, are you willing to invest? Are you willing to take that leap of faith and solidify your commitment to your dreams? Or are you going to remain semi-committed? Get some skin in the game, but also get other people's resources to help you achieve what you can't alone. So good. Thank you so much, Dr. Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan, for that. What are the signs that it's time to stop DIYing this and actually look into finding a coach? 1, your motivation is all over the map. 2, you're not seeing results anymore with the things you used to do. 3, you have decision fatigue. 4, you're super successful and your body needs to match the levels you're scaling to in your career. 5, you want to set an example for your family. 6, you really value your health and you know it's the best place to invest resources, energy, money, and focus. So if you're there, don't just hire any coach. I know you won't. And of course, I think that we are excellent coaches, but I want you to know that there are many options to choose from today. What a time to be alive. So you are looking for someone qualified with credentials, someone that has a long history of coaching, because coaching is a skill that takes a lot of experience, someone that has many client transformations and happy customers, and most importantly, this is the most important thing, someone you can be open and honest with. Because good coaching is based off of good communication. So if you feel like, wow, this person's really aspirational because they have a great body and a six-pack, but you feel awkward talking to them about your libido, that's not the right coach for you. Do not hire someone based off of their body. Just because they have achieved a result for themselves doesn't mean that they can even relate to you, number one, because there are a lot of people in fitness that have never struggled in their bodies. But also, it doesn't mean that they have the education to walk you through whatever's going on during your transformation. Hire based off of communication skills and that their values align with yours. And you will be so pleasantly surprised. You will put in a new level of focus, a little skin in the game, and you will get the return on your investment. Even if you don't see the exact results you want, you can't lose investing into yourself because you communicate to your mind that I am worth it. And what woman doesn't need to know that more deeply? So if you want a next level plan with mindset, metabolism, and mentorship to match, DM me the word coach on Instagram at victoriahartcorn.fitness and let's talk about it. I'd be happy to refer you out if we are not the right fit for you. Now, one last thing. If you do love learning, I have an exciting thing to tell you coming up in June. I will be hosting a special masterclass with you in mind, so please keep your ears and eyes peeled for information on that. I think I've covered it all. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You are an overcomer. I'm so glad that you're here to rise above whatever is keeping you from living your most intentional, rich, fulfilling life. See you on the next one.